I think from everyone gets a different impression of what marriage is or what they think it's going to be from how they're raised and their environment a lot of the times. But okay, say I am submissive. That's fine with me if it's within reason, right? Like you said, like what he's asking you to do. I do think it's nice when a male takes the lead in a marriage or relationship. But
not just a marriage and a relationship. The second you meet a man, you want him to lead. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
meet me here
true sometimes.
at this time. I'm going to pick you up.
That's true.
We're going here. We're doing this. Yeah. This is what we're eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want. It's not just in marriage you want him to be a leader.
Well, I didn't really. I'm sorry, I didn't think of it that way.
You guys meet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, then I guess. So what's your? So then, with us being submissive, okay.
That's a fair deal. You want me to be a leader from the moment I talk to you, whether it's in a dating app or in person. I'm leading because you look at me, you smile. I'm like, okay, maybe she feels me. Hey, how's your day going? I'd like to take you out. I'm leading already. I'm taking the initiative. I plan a date. I do this. Let's go here. Let's do this. I'm leading. So it's only fair that you submit from the beginning as well. And which ladies don't think about it, but if you say yes to everything I'm saying, you are submitting to what I'm saying. Whether directly or indirectly, whether consciously or not consciously.
Okay, well then if it works, it works. If we're both attracted to each other and, I guess I'll be submissive and they'll be dominant, that's fine. And the way that they'll pick the time, I'll be there. I'll be in a whatever.
Just claim
I'm
y'all
wearing.
are modern women. Just claim you're modern women.
What's the definition you think
I'm
are
a modern woman?
I don't think anyone denied that they were modern women. This is 2024, not medieval times.
You're right. Y'all are modern women. Y'all are modern women. But you still like to receive the benefits of male traditional gender roles.
I also like to do traditional roles as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like I think
Yeah, you only want to do traditional roles when it benefits you. So in other words, you want the guy to be traditional from the moment he meets you. He has to be traditional or he's not the one for you or you're probably going to reject him. But for you, you want to be traditional when it benefits you. Say you only want to cook when you want to cook. You only want to respect him when you want to respect him. You only want to dress appropriately when you feel like it. But the moment he says, hey, babe, I don't like the way you're going out dressed like that. Now he's toxic. Now he's, he doesn't like women. Or he's controlling.
I don't think it's black and white.
Do you think we're not deserving at all of any of that?
No offense.
No offense taken, but I do OnlyFans.
You're not traditional, you're a porn star.
Sure, in that aspect, I'm not. In that aspect, I'm not traditional. In other aspects, I am. And
okay,
what's your argument?
I mean, it's kind of like it would be like me saying as a guy, oh yeah, I'm traditional, I open your car door, but you're gonna pay for fucking everything on the date.
I would say no.
Does that make me traditional?
No.
Oh, if there's a safety situation or there's a fight that breaks out, you're gonna defend me, and I'm gonna there's a spider.
If it's against
there's
a girl,
spider.
That could never happen. It will never happen. She would leave you the moment, whether she loses the fight or she wins the fight, she's gonna leave you. Because you're not being a man. You're not being they like to say you're not being a real man. You're not protecting. You're not providing. What are you there for? But for her, she's saying she's traditional in some ways because she does OnlyFans. But in other ways, she's not traditional. And the only time she's going to be traditional when it benefits her. Double standard. But I'm telling you, even the most feminist, the most woke, liberal, call it whatever you want to call it, modern woman who wants men and women to be equal, even in a relationship. They may say they want you to be equal in a relationship, but best believe they want you to be equal in ways that benefit her. When it comes to paying the bill, to protecting, you better not think about her being equal to you. You better, if someone attacks you, you better not run behind your girl and say, hey, baby, protect me. I protected you last week. It's your turn to protect me from this bad guy. She's going to leave you. That's if she survives.
Girl's going to defend you because you can't touch her.
if there's a spider, you got to kill that shit.
I have traditional ways and I have non-traditional ways, and I think that's what I just said is no black and white.
I think it, to some degree, it is a spectrum. Like, some people could not be fully like 100% traditional. There could be like a spectrum to it. But I think like when it comes to y'all, you guys, even like you could be super woke, progressive, like super liberal, super feminist, not traditional at all, but you still acknowledge that traditional treatment from men is way better than like modern treatment from men. Yeah. And so despite you all being modern, non-traditional women, you've totally forsaken, abandoned, cast aside your traditional gender roles, but with the utmost entitlement, you still expect men to adhere to their traditional gender roles.
That's facts.
I see where you're coming from with that. And okay, so say okay, we're not virgins, we're not traditional, we're more modern, I guess, and what we're expecting and what we desire, right? So that means that are we just maybe, or how should the woman then change if she's not traditional, but if she wants something traditional? How should the woman change, and what should she do? And also, how is the man still going to like accept her, and is she just kind of used goods as if she's not a virgin anymore? Is there still hope?
I mean, I can even answer this before Andrew or Brian answer this. Sure, if you're a modern woman and you decided you want a traditional man, a traditional relationship, number one, you may have to educate yourself about what a traditional woman does or what a traditional relationship looks like. What are you as a woman going to do for the man who wants a traditional woman? Because when it comes to paying and protecting you and this, the man expects something from you. He expects some kind of investment. He's not going to pay all the bills, and then when he tells you to make me a sandwich, you're like, no, you're controlling. He's not going to protect you, and then when it says, baby, that dress is too short for you to go out in, and then you're like, no, you're controlling. So it's a simple answer. Learn what the traditional man wants from a traditional woman and do those things.
Hope that she can, like...
I can answer the question. It's a good question.
Okay.
So let me steel man it first to make sure I got it correct. And then if I got it correct, I'll go ahead and answer it. So your question is, well, I don't understand, though, if we've broken all the virtue and this and that, but we want to go back, right? We want to in some way do this differently this time. What are the things that we can do to do that? Is that essentially what the question is? Or are these women just broken and busted and no longer worthy of anything? Is that what you're asking?
Of course. I should do my part as he should do his part. So how should I do my part then?
Yeah. Well, one thing that goes a long way for men is submission.
Okay.
So the idea of traditionalism, right, or the idea of if you generally want a man of high virtue, he's going to expect submission. That's going to be at least one thing he's going to expect. However, if you want a low virtue man, they often don't give a shit. So it's kind of up to you.
But no. So submission, okay, I understand and all of that, but there is a clear thing of no one's better than the other, right?
There you go. No one is better than the other. She wants the man to be traditional. She just asked how she can be traditional, and guess what? She switched back to the whole equal. It can't work both ways. I'm telling you. It's either you're going to have an equal relationship, you guys go 50-50. She protects you today, you protect her tomorrow. There's no she cooks today, you cook tomorrow. She takes care of the kids today, you take care of the kids tomorrow. It's going to be 50-50 all the way. It's not going to be 50-50 when you choose it to be. While the guy is expected to be traditional the whole way. He just literally explained to her that if you want to be traditional, just submit to your man. But she's like, but we're equal, right? But we live in modern times and the whole traditional gender roles are gone for me. So the guys who are looking for traditional women, I don't know where you're going to find them. Even every so-called traditional woman is only traditional when it benefits her.
we're both loyal to each other, we both love each other, and we both are, I guess, in a way, a team so that we can create a healthy living environment
You're not
for
a
our
team.
children.
That's the opposite of submission. So the idea of virtues between men and women are very different. The idea for masculine virtues, for instance, are going to be things like bravery. They're going to be things like what could be perceived as what she was talking about with chivalry, where you're the protector, you're the guider. There's all sorts of different virtues that you can associate with masculinity. Feminine virtues are things like chastity, right? Gracefulness, empathy. These are various forms, right? But not leadership. That's not a feminine virtue. It's a masculine virtue. It's a male-sided virtue. So the thing is that of course virtuous men expect that from women. They expect them to fall into their feminine roles as virtuous women.
I feel
otherwise they just simply don't think that you have virtue. They consider you vexing or willful or things like this.
Go ahead.
So are you kind of saying that men, like, are you really talking through and through traditional in a sense of a household where men go to work and the woman stays at home? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, women have always worked. Well,
I'm talking about a traditional household, like you're referring to as submission. Like, is that what you're referring to?
What you're asking, trying to answer the question.
Because I feel like my question is, I feel like now, like you say men want submission, but I also feel like to a certain extent they really don't. Like they'll make fun of you if you don't have a job. They'll make fun of you if you're not like contributing. So it's like they want every.
No, men will make fun of you if you're making your money, but then you expect him to make his money and spend it on you while you also make your money and save it. And also men will make fun of you if you come out directly and be like, give me money, I deserve it. Men will make fun of you. But I've never seen a man who makes fun of a woman because she doesn't have a job. Matter of fact, a man will choose a woman who has no job, who's kind, who's, fun to be around, who brings in peace, over a woman who has 1,000 jobs, but she's nagging, she's annoying, always arguing. It's that simple. So I don't know where I've never seen a man who makes a woman who got no job, unless she's just an outright gold digger and calls men broke.
Everything. They want you to make money, but like less money than them.
You think that a contribution or minor contributions to the household or working towards some shared interest or goal or something like this has anything to do with virtue? Because it doesn't. The idea that, okay, you're in a two-income economy or something like that, so it requires two incomes, doesn't have any bearing whatsoever on the nature of your virtuousness. None. Not for men and not for women. So yeah, there could be an expectation that women at times contribute to the household, or perhaps the entire time they contribute to the household because there's no other way around it. So what? How does that affect a man's virtue or a woman's? I don't even understand that.
Well, you're talking about submission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, submission. Yeah.
So give me so she's submitting to a man, yet she makes significantly more money than him. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
It's not transactional. Virtue can't be bought. You can't be like, oh, well, the thing is, I make just as much money as you, so I don't have to be fucking virtuous. That makes no sense.
I have a question. So, what constitutes as a leader? Because are you saying that women can't be leaders?
Well, I think what he meant was more so in a relationship. For example, the example I gave is that the man is leading from the moment he sees the woman. Hey, what's your name? I want to take you out. Here's the plan. Here's the place. Here's the time. He's leading in that way. Most women will be turned off if they have to do that to a man. Hey, what's your name? I'm Angie. I want to take you. So see, now the woman is leading the whole interaction. So that's a leader in itself. So I don't know why they're acting like they don't know who a leader is when they just accepted that they want that guy to show you his leadership skills from the moment they interact with him. Anyway, full link down below. Shout out to Brian and Andrew. Comment down below. Peace.